In Nigeria's West Ogun state lies the High Hill Plantain Village, a large space of land where plantain and pineapples are cultivated. This 150 acres of land has been set aside strictly for farming, most of which is dedicated to growing plantain, one of the main sources of food in the country. This project intends to encourage farmers to grow crops in bulk for commercial trading. Adeneye Bunmi owns the land. Apart from growing crops, he also offers plots here for sale to aspiring farmers. Though Bunmi is passionate about farming, he says he faces challenges marketing his produce. The underdeveloped roads in the area make it hard to transport produce to clients in the city, which is a bumpy 2-hour drive away.
Why toiling for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or 1 year before you get your yam, before you get the yam into the market? So people don't even want to invest. I would rather want to invest in a business that will bring the produce out so very fast. So apart from the image problem that the set of the farmers have, another thing is the issue of fund. It requires a lot of capital.
The poor transport infrastructure in Africa's most populous nation is one of the major obstacles. President Muhammadu Buhari aims to boost the agriculture sector. This will be done through the reduction on all exports amid low crude prices. Africa's biggest economy and top energy producer has been hammered by low crude prices since it relies on all exports for around 70% of the government revenues. Buhari, who took office in May, has said a strengthened agriculture sector would create jobs and reduce the reliance on costly food imports. Lack of resources proves why Nigeria produces 1.5 million tons of tomatoes annually, of which 45% die. The inability of farmers to feed a nation of 170 million people has led to an increasing reliance on imported food. Bunmi used money from relatives to buy land over the past 6 years, and he now employs over 125 people to manage it.
Give me an enable environment, one, then support me with a policy that supports local content. The meaning is, after all the stress and money that has been spent on this farm, and I'm coming with my produce, I don't want to compete with plantain from Tanzania or from Kenya.
Nigeria is among the world's largest importers of rice and the biggest buyer of US wheat, while much of its own fertile land lies fallow. Analysts say past government efforts were undermined by corruption and mismanagement.
Fertilizer racketing was a big business in Nigeria until the last Minister for Agriculture tried as much as they can to streamline the process whereby fertilizers could get to farmers directly. But they still had a problem because distribution was a major problem, because you need to have locations in almost all the local government where farmers could access, because they were still complaining as to how much of the fertilizers was available. And all the fertilizer plants that we have in Nigeria are no more producing, so they still have to rely on imports.
Since last year, agriculture has fallen behind the services sector, making up 21% of Africa's largest economy, highlighting how far it has fallen since the oil boom of the 1970s. Nigeria's farmers complain they have received little help from successive governments that vow to support development. Many say they are waiting to see if the new administration will make significant progress in growing the sector.
South Africa, meanwhile,